Hello there, friends. Today we are going to discuss this board game that I bought earlier. It's called Terraforming Mars by Jacob Fryxelius. I assume that's how you pronounce his name, because I would suppose this person is probably not from the Anglo-American world, I would suspect. This is a very fun game, which I would highly recommend, especially during the pandemic times, when you are, if you are alone with your spouse and you have nothing else to do. This might be fun. It can be played by yourself as well, actually. And in this video I will go through some basic stuff and show some cards, perhaps. There's this kind of background information here, but that is irrelevant for the game, so if you're not interested in that, it's okay, because it's a very fun game, even though if you are not interested in sci-fi or anything like that. So here we have, since the inception in 2174, the world government has continually strived for global unity and peace. Our mission is to be humanity's shared tool for shaping a better future. Earth is overpopulated and resources are dwindling. We now face the choice either to recede or to expand into space to find new homes for humanity. For this reason, we need to turn Mars into a habitable planet. The terraforming of Mars is an endeavor so great that it will take the united effort of mankind to accomplish. The world government will therefore inaugurate a terraforming committee and instate a universal tax for this purpose. Any corporation or enterprise contributing to the terraforming process will be generously rewarded by the committee. We believe that these measures will eventually result in a habitable planet for our descendants. Thank you for your attention. Levi Uken, World Government Communicator, January 16th, 2350, Anno Domini. I would like to make a little statement here, though. Even though this is science fiction and not scientific, overpopulation is not actually a problem in Earth. Overconsumption is, and I do not believe that we will reach overpopulation by 2174 or even 2300, if I remember correctly, because of population, if I remember correctly, does not grow exponentially like some people claim. that is, if I remember correctly, based on old science, and it is actually the growth is linear if and only if I remember correctly. But the main take here is that it is what and how we consume, not really so much about overpopulation. It has been a while since I have studied human statistical science. It's been a few years, so I have to make a claim that I'm totally under the I'm only relying on my memory on this statistical facts, and I am willing to be corrected. But overpopulation, that is not the problem we face today in the real Earth. But what do we have here? Here we can see let me change the camera. A little more. So the basic how you play this game is that there are 3 parameters. The global parameters which you raise, which are temperature, oxygen and ocean. So when you have placed, all the players have placed all the oceans, the oxygen level has risen to the maximum, and so the temperature, the game ends. And there's the terraforming rating, which is basically just the score, and it increases with your actions you do. For example, when you raise temperature, oxygen or ocean, you will get a terraform rating. They're so called TR. And you can also get terraform rating from awards and milestones, for example. It is much more simpler if you can see the board, which is here. So this is the game board. There's an actual game board, of course. I'm not gonna show it now. But here you can see the temperature. So it starts from here and it goes all the way here. Here is the let me try to focus. Here is the oxygen bar, and here is the 0%, and here is the maximum 14%. And over here we got the ocean tiles, which you can place here in the board on the blue tiles. Over here we got the terraform rating. Rating always increases by 1 when you put an ocean, oxygen or raised temperature. So every player starts here on 20, and that is also the amount of monies you get from, or the credits, what are they called? I think they're called mega credits. You get as much as mega credits as you have terraform rating as well, so it also keeps score of how much money you will make each turn. and if you're playing solo you will start here. And there are these different markers and cubes for different things, so you will have your own markers here with different colors, and then you have these white markers that will signify how many turns on which turn it is, and it will start from 1. There's also some general information here. You can make this also projects. This is just to tell you what you can make with how many credits, and you can always make them. These are outside Mars, I think, kind of like colonies. And these are milestones. So when you have done certain things or reached certain things, you can claim a milestone and you will get victory points in the end. Same with awards. There are different things you can do to claim an award, and the person who wins the award will be rewarded 5 points. Here are different tiles you can put into the board. Ocean tiles, and greenery tiles. You can also build cities, and then there are special tiles as well. These are the resources that we have. This is worth 10 credits, this is worth 5 credits, and this is worth 1. These are the player markers, or for each player has their own color. They are used for different things in the game to signify what do you do and what do you own. And then there's the temperature, oxygen, and generation markers. And this is just to signify, so the players will remember whose turn it is. Well, they're called generations, but turns, because there is a lot of things that happen during the turn or a generation, and you can kind of forget whose turn it is if there are many players, I guess. So it will signify whose generation is who starts the generation. Here we have, there's also this board here. It's not a board, but it's like a kind of thick paper. And this is the resource pool, so you will have all your resource cubes here. You will put them here, and in the middle it is how many production you get per turn. So every production starts with 1, so you will get in the start of the generation, or is it actually the end of the generation, you will claim resources. For example, if you get 1, then you will get 1 copper cube, and if you got 1 here, you get 1 copper cube here, and so on. They are worth different things. This is the energy is always converted into heat at and this is the very first thing you do. When you have energy here, you just turn it here at the end, at the start of that phase. So they will turn here. And these are the green tiles. You can buy the greeneries with 8 plant resources, and with 8 heat you can increase the temperature of the planet. And money or mega credits, it can go to minus as well, negative. So you will get money plus all the amount of terraform rating you have on the board that was in the border. And here you can note this is, I think it was called, was it called? It wasn't iron. I cannot remember what were they, but I think one of them was steel and one of them was something else. But these are different resources, and these are worth, one of these are worth 2 credits. The difference is that you can only make certain things. Usually this is used for buildings, and this is used for space projects. And these are worth, was it titanium and steel perhaps? I think this was steel and that was 2, and titanium is worth 3. This is the marker you have in the card, so you know that what kind of cards you can use. I will not go through the game variants or anything like that. These are the symbols, these are all, I already kind of explained these, but you have to have the booklet with you when you start the game, because there's a lot of information at the very beginning. Okay. Then we have the cards here. This is the other side of the card. So there is different kinds of information here in the cards. Here you will see the amount of money it costs, or credits it costs to use. So this will be 3 credits. Here is the color of the cards. There are 3 different colors. Blue, and there is the green, and also the red, and they have different, they work in a different ways. So this is a blue card, and here we got the tags. They signify what kind of card this card is. So we can see this is a space card, and this is an energy card. So for example, because this is a space card, I can use titanium to buy this here. And here is the explanation what happens. It is symbolized by symbols, and also it's always with an action with text. So what this card would do is each generation you could spend 7 credits to increase energy production by 1. And you can see this is energy production because it has the energy marker, and also it has the brown background. It's different from here, for example, because this plant does not have a brown background. It tells you that these are 2 resources and not resource production. So action cards, and there are also different kinds of cards called blue cards, which are effect cards, and they are always active. These can only be used once per generation. Then we have the green cards. Here again, I'm having a little, I don't have a very good example of cards, I guess, because there's not all of them have the best information. But here is a green card. It costs 13. It's I don't really know what this tag is called. Is it a mission or Earth? I don't know. But here you could decrease your credit production by 2, increase heat production by 2, and energy production by 2. And with this card it will be discarded to your used cards pile, unlike the blue card, which would stay in effect on your table. But this would be kind of not discarded, but you would have it in your used cards pile, if that makes sense. Then we have the red cards. Here we can again see that this is 23 credits. Red card. It's a space card, so I could use titanium to build it. And this means that it will be discarded in your personal discard pile. You usually, when you use a card yourself, you will discard it into your own card. This would be put like so, and it would stay like that until the end of the game. So you wouldn't return this into any general discard pile. Here I will gain 2 plants, I will raise oxygen level by 1, and I could place an ocean tile. Let me see what kind of other kinds of cards I have. There is a green card. This brown marker or tag, brown tag here means I could use steel to produce it, as well as credits. Here I can see it's -2 energy production and increase my steel production by 2, and I could place a city tile. Some cards, like this one, have additional requirements. So this card would require a maximum of -10 degrees Celsius. So after the temperature is above 10, you could no longer use it. This is action card. In order for me to explain this, I need to have another card with here, which I need to find. You can enjoy the sound of me shuffling through the cards. So we have two types of cards, and I need to explain this with these. And then a cube. So we have this card called Ants. It has an action which says, so it means I can use it once per generation. I could remove one microbe from any card to add to this card, even from my enemies. And I would get 1 victory point for 2 microbes. And for example, I have this extreme cold fungus, which has an action as well. I can gain 1 plant or add 2 microbes to another card. So the difference between these cards is that this holds microbes, but this does not. I can only add microbes with this card. So I could have played this card. It would be in my table. Then I could play this extreme cold fungus. I would put it here to signify I've used it this generation. I would add 2 microbes to another card, which is here. So I would put these 2 resource scoops here to signify I have used this, that this has 2 microbes. So it is same with animals. There's an action here. I can add 1 animal to this card. And the requirements are here. So I could use this card, add an animal to this card, once per generation. Apparently I got male. And then for every 2 animals I will get a victory point. I think that is for today. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.